So now it's time to go ahead and write the test for our controller class. So here I am. This is my first controller which says calculator controller. So first thing that I have to do, I have to create a controller package exactly under like this. Source main Java and then the package. So here's source test Java and then the package. And the name of the class, the best thing is to right click, refactor, rename, copy the file name, Control C, cancel it, and then create the same file name here. And at the end, don't forget to put test. And now we will click OK. So now what will happen is this particular class is going to be the place where we will write our test. So first thing that we have to do to ask JUnit to make this class as a unit test class, we have to ask JUnit with the help of one annotation, and that annotation is called extend with. And to see this package, so it comes from org JUnit Jupyter API extension. So this is the annotation we will use, and we will pass a static class called Mockito extension dot class. As soon as we do this, now this class has the power, or this class will be run as a unit test class by Mockito or JUnit. So now we want to write the test for our first method. So if you remember, we write the test to test a specific functionality. So now let's go to our calculator controller and see what is the test that we want to write for. So I'm going to go to this method. Don't look at this annotation, get mapping and those things, don't get confused. Just look at this method. So it is a public method which returns a double data. Its name is add and it takes two values, double one, double num1, double num2, and also double num3. And it basically adds these two number and returns the value. So it takes three values here, but only adds two numbers. So we will go and first create our test method. The way we create our test method is by void, and then we say test, whatever do we want to test. In the controller, add. So we'll say we want to test the add functionality, add function. All right. Now what we want to do is we want to also make a call. We want to call that function or call this calculator class here so that we can call its method. So for that we do like this: private calculator controller, and then we can say calculator controller dot add. And now we see it takes three values. So let's say we pass 3.5 comma 3.5 comma 3.5. These are the three values we will pass. And as our function returns what? A double. So we will accept that value and keep it here. So result. But now we also have to we have to test this. How do we know this is going to test or not? So what I expect is when I pass 3.5 and 3.5 and 3.5, it should go here, take the 3.5, 3.5 and only add the first two because we are not adding the num3. So what I expect is I should get 7. Let's go ahead and expect that. So I would say expected is 7.0 and the actual will be coming in here in the result. So now, in order to do the testing, we have to annotate this method with @test. Again, make sure to get this from here. As soon as we do this, you will see the green button appearing here and on the class level. Next is, if I run this test, nothing meaningful will come out. Let me run the test and see what happens. So our test failed. And the first thing, the reason it failed is it says null pointer exception. You see, it says null pointer exception at this line, line 14. So what happened is this calculator controller did not get the memory. So somebody should give it a memory. And that's where we have the annotation called @inject mocks. As soon as we do this, now Mockito is going to make sure it's going to give memory to our class. And this is the class which we are actually, whose function we are testing. So now if we run and see what happens. So it says test is passed. It gives a tick mark. But do we really know the test passed or failed? Because we did nothing. We did not do an assertion. So always perform assertion. So now what I would like to do is I would like to give this function is test add function success scenario. Success. We are testing the success scenario, which means I will say assertions dot. Remember assertions is a class coming from this dot assert equals, and this assert equals takes two values. It takes the expected and the actual. So let's go ahead and pass these values.